Me and my skin are not vibing very well today. I thought I had it figured out, and then I woke up this morning with a lot of imperfections going on. Let me show you how I'm going to spot conceal all of this using my Makeup Forever HD face palette. So I took a little bit of this color right here out on my spatula. I just scraped it out and put it on the back of my hand. You do not need a lot. I actually think this is way too much, but we'll work with it. So this is my true problem area right over here. I'm gonna go around it because it's very red right now, very inflamed. I may or may have not been picking at it. Then I'm gonna go in with a bigger concealer brush, and here is the trick to concealing. You're never gonna rub it out, you're just gonna like pat it in. Also remember, with concealing, you want very thin layers. You don't want to keep adding things on top of that blemish, because texture, when you put your foundation on, it's not going to look okay. So I always like to go in with my finger and give it a good pat as well after my brush. Or you can skip the brush altogether and just do your finger. Moving on to contour, I'm going to take this shade right here. Not a lot. Take your contour brush, really work it into the back of that hand. Give myself a little contour. Side note, if you like to underpaint, this is your palette. So now I'm applying that HD foundation kind of around my blush and the contour that I just did. This is underpainting at its finest. Underpainting is all about light layers, and light layers is key for when you have imperfections and blemishes on your skin. It's going to keep you from showing a lot of texture. It's going to be lightweight, but you still get that coverage that you need. And as you can tell, I am tapping in my foundation, never rubbing or swirling. If you feel like you lost some of your blush, just go back in with that with the same brush you applied it with and go over it. Usually, you know, I like to do my eye makeup and then my concealer, but just for educational purposes, I will take this one. Yeah. Again, you don't need a lot. My concealer brush, very little. See how little it is? Very little. And we're just gonna conceal. And then if you want a little bit of highlight, here's that one right there. Back of my hand, you see my hand? Just gonna tap that in. This is my full face. And yes, you can still see that because you're never gonna not see it, but it's not as noticeable. But you don't see my other blemishes, which are huge.